What's up,
Tech,
Noah?
what's up, baby? What's happening, Tech?
Oh, all good, man. Greetings from the West Coast. Shout out to Noah. Shout out to the zoo.
Yeah, shout out to Lincoln Park Zoo. A lot of the animals were not on exhibit. So, but it's a free zoo, so I can't complain.
What were they sleeping?
You know what I mean? Like, no, they're cleaning out their habitat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, and I had Austin with me, so I was doing the single parent thing, man. Woo! Yeah. I know I walked at least 2 miles, man.
All right. Was it crowded?
No,
Yeah.
no,
Mm.
no. This is the time that it's not crowded. You know what I mean? Everybody's either in school or they at work.
Yeah, I'm doing
But
the
we
single
here,
parent thing too.
but we here today, bro. Like, this what we gonna be talking about today. We're asking people, do they want more notary assignments? Now, the views, what we're gonna put out, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna put out a quick disclaimer. This is not for Tech and I. This is for notaries that have expressed interest in getting more leads. I do have a Sabrina Choice Award to the ones that we like the most on how to get leads. But we wanted to give you guys some resources on how to get leads um, with some title services. And Tech, you want to add anything to that disclaimer?
No, not really. I think that the best way, and I might be jumping into the middle of the conversation a little bit, but the best way to get notary clients is to have them come to you versus you going to them. It's always going to be a preferred method to get people to come to you. And I will say this, the hardest thing for any business to do is to generate leads.
Mm-hmm.
I had a conversation with the contractor who was going to be renovating our backyard. How did I find him? I found him because a marketing company who is specializing in getting leads for contractors. When I spoke to the contractor and I asked him about his phone number and about his, you know, how come all the other contractors don't use this government program that we're using, this county program that we're using? He said, listen, to get a lead, it costs hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars to get a qualified lead. And we started just chit-chatting about, if you can get leads, you got a business. And then you can operate as the business owner, or you can operate as the middleman. And then sell the lead to somebody else, or you can subcontract out to somebody else, or outsource or farm out the lead. But whoever gets the lead, whoever attracts the lead, is the person who's in the driver's seat, essentially. So for a notary business, if you can get the lead, as opposed to the signing service, or as opposed to the title company, as opposed to the Ron platform, if you can leapfrog them and get to the lead first, you are in the driver's seat. So we are always going to be proponents of you getting the lead first. That's the ideal way to go.
Yeah, I agree. And for the street cats out there, that means your lead didn't get stepped on, basically, right? So if the title escrow company gets the lead, or even another signing service gets your lead first, they're going to step on the profits, and then they're going to, break bread with you. So without further ado, let's just go to the list. I'm gonna just give you guys the entire list right there. Boom. Screenshot it, visit them. I will say the one for Ron, you guys will have to scan the QR code for the one for Ron because each state is different. So because each state is different, you're gonna have to scan that QR code to find out which one um, serves your state on that. Um, but then you have your other eight right there. I mean, your other seven that you can check out. I personally do not use them. None of these guys here, except for Notary Cafe. I do use Notary Cafe. I've used 123 Notary, and I have used Notary Rotary to get business and find notaries to facilitate assignments to. So I will say that I've used those three. The rest of them, I've heard other notaries use them before. They had some success. Hey, if you're just getting started in the business, or if you've been in the business for a while and you're looking to get some more leads, hey, this might work out for you. This might work out for you. Tech, you want to add anything to that?
All right, yeah. So the top 8 lists we got, and this is no particular order, but we got Notary Rotary, which has been around for a long time. 123 Notary, NotaryCafe.com. We got a round platform, SnapDocs.com, SigningOrder.com, Amrock.com, Solidify.com. So, what would make you stand out? Why? Because you talked about you using Notary Cafe. What is it about the notary's profile that makes you select this particular notary? Because I think that would help when people sign up for these platforms, what they should actually be doing. What is it? Somebody like you, what do you look for? Because you're hiring people from these platforms. So how can these notaries sign up for platforms and then stand out?
Right on, right on. No, that's solid. So Notary Cafe is my favorite when I'm looking for notaries. And what I look for is they have a grading system. And basically I look for people that have completed at least 80% of their profile. If you can't take the time out to finish at least 80% of your profile, I don't take you serious because you don't take yourself serious. Um, the next thing is I'm also looking at um, I skim through their summary because people can lie, man. People can lie. They can
Yeah.
say, man, I've done 1,000 loan signings. How can I verify that, right? I can't verify that, and nor would I want to. Um, but I could tell if a person, put some thought behind their description. A profile picture always helps, and that's basically it, man. I do the grading system, really.
What about
I
if they have a website?
I don't go on the website because I'm already on the directory.
What about their email address?
That sometimes that does raise a red flag, but come here's the thing, Tech. Damn near all the notaries I've used, maybe minus 10% had a business email.
Yeah,
There's
that's probably
probably like
that's
ten
generous.
percent of them had business email. Like I said, but things like that. I don't disqualify them for it, but it does help if I know you're taking it serious if you do have a business email. I take you a little bit more serious.
Okay, and then what about the phone number?
What about it?
Like they have a personal phone number, they have a business phone number. Um,
Personally, I hate Google numbers. Every time I get we're trying to reach the Google. I hate that. I hate it. Or say your name, and we will attempt to try to reach the Google whatever. Can't stand it. Um, yeah, and then the introduction, the greeting is so off. It's so off. It's like, hello. It's a sour taste, to be honest.
Do you do you care about the whole printer, whether they have a printer or whether they travel or they accept certain forms of payment? Does that any of that matter?
If I need somebody to do scan backs and printer and stuff like that, they usually say that on their profile. They usually say it in their description. We'll do FedEx run, shipping, that type of stuff. They'll usually say stuff like that. But if most of my assignments that I get are stamp and go, so they're usually very surprised when I say, "Hey, look, I need you to do this. You don't have to print anything out. You don't have to scan. You don't have to take anything to UPS or FedEx." And they're like floored when I tell them that because I guess they're so used to doing a lot more intensive signing.
Okay, and then how many pages deep do you actually go?
Oh, you mean to find a notary?
Yeah, because some of these places you can actually pay a little bit of bread, and then you can force your way to be listed at top, at the very very top, like be the first, of the search results versus the people who don't pay, and then they just fall in line. So I mean,
I really now Notary Cafe. If you're not pro, you're not showing up in them first couple of pages unless the zip code that you typed up, like is few and far between. So the people that aren't pro aren't going to pop up.
right,
But
right.
if it's in a major metropolitan area, 9 out of 10 times the first 3 pages are going to be pro members. And pro members mean that those are people that actually signed up for their, to be placed at the first or second page. So I look at that as well, but I don't really grade them on being pro or not pro because I know it depends on the zip code. Um, Now here's the funny thing about that, Tech. How deep do I go into the pages? Unfortunately, a lot of these notaries don't answer their phone.
Exactly. So you end up having to go deep.
So that's the thing. That's the conundrum there, right? I may love somebody's profile. Now here's the other thing too, right? And I've mentioned this before in other shows that many notaries have a one-track mind, solo entrepreneur mindset. So they're not even thinking about, you know, scaling their empire. They're usually going to take the assignments for themselves, and that's it. That's it. That's all. It's either them or they're not doing the assignment at all. They're rarely giving out a referral, like call this person. Yeah, I'm. First of all, I don't even know them, so I'm going to treat the referral like a nobody because I don't know them. You know what I mean? I would rather see their profile than to take a referral from a notary that's telling me that they're unavailable. And I've never used that notary before. So it'll be like the blind leading the blind. But yeah, the
Okay.
whole not answering the phone is a huge problem. Huge problem.
All right. So we got the basic membership for the we got the basic membership for Notary Cafe to be $5. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the pro membership. The basic membership is free, and you get access to their forums, and they got some resources and whatnot. And you can talk stuff and give recommendations and read other people's input on stuff. But that's what. So this pro membership is $5 a month, $36 a year, or you can pay $36 a year. And this is exactly what you're talking about.
Yes.
It says cheaper than a cup of coffee, no long-term commitment. It includes your personal profile, professional photo. You get enhanced profile listings with additional zip codes for searches.
That's it.
And
That's it right there. It's gonna put you at the top. To them, it's like paid ads, bro. It's like paid ads for those guys. Like you doing that, it's like a inexpensive Google ad.
yeah, exactly. That's exactly right, man. It's for people who are looking for an easy way to get notary clients, then this is their best option. Like this is not the gold standard, but this is their best option right out the gate. And you're not comfortable with advertising. Advertising is going to be the gold standard. That's what a real serious business does. But this is your best option. Notary Cafe is just an example. We showed you the list of 8. I guess you can put it back up on the screen for those people who didn't see it. And each of these platforms, they each have an advantage. A signing service like SnapDocs, or a signing service like West Coast Title or West Coast, California Notaries, something like that. They'll use this same type of platform to find notaries. And that's what we're saying. If you can leapfrog those signing services and get the client first, then you've given yourself an incredible advantage. This congregation of notaries who all are, everybody understand this, everybody's all competing on these platforms. How are you going to stand out? Well, Tiger just gave you some suggestions as to what he looks for, and you can bet other notaries or other signing services who are looking to hire notaries, they're looking for the same exact thing. Do you have a complete profile? Just to recap. Do you have a business phone number, business email address? Are you answering the phone? Do you have a professional photo? All these factors come into whether or not you will be selected or be chosen. And then it always comes in to finish it off, you can have all of those things, and if you don't answer the phone, does it even matter?
That's a fact. That's a fact, dude. You can have a 100% completed profile with HD photo enhanced profile photo with the latest laser jet printer and the scanner, car full of gas, ready to go. You don't answer your phone, it's worthless. Absolutely worthless. And then see, also like you mentioned earlier, because I've met a notary that was like, oh, I don't take business from signing services. I'm like, you bugging, because you don't even know who's a signing service or not.
Right.
If I say I have a client, or I use a platform like SnapDocs and white label my agency, and now SnapDocs gives me the ability to mass text 200 notaries in Harlem, New York. I can pick and choose the price that I give out now, because I know somebody out of those 200, I'm going to get at least 20% the minimum to respond. signing services is probably what's going to keep the business, this notary business, flowing for a very long time. Because the signing services are notaries. A lot of times they're notaries that know how to get clients and they have an abundance of them. And they know that they cannot run the business by themselves and they're running the business in multiple states. So they create a signing service. So the say you don't do business with signing services, that you're bugging. And if you think that signing services would rip you off, heck, man, I had to chase checks from State Farm and a couple of other big companies and law firms. So those guys are mess around with your paper too.
Yeah, but just to come back to the point of, well, you're right, because I could be calling from a signing service, and you're right, I can just say, "Hey, man, I got a client," and you don't even realize because I don't identify myself as a signing service, but I'm just sharing with you that I have a client. I'm looking to hire you. So to say that you don't take business from, you could be taking business from signing services and not even know it, but you are anti signing service. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
So it goes against that. But just to go back to the point of why you can have an outstanding profile, 100% completion, and look professional with the headshot and everything, but if you don't answer the phone, what was it all worth? Same thing goes with the Google Ads, which is the gold standard for any type of serious business to run advertising, to advertise. When we talk about marketing, we're not talking about going to door, knocking on doors and handing out door hangers. We're talking about advertising, which is specific to what type of money are you putting behind forcefully positioning yourself at the very top of the search results. That means if somebody searches notary near me, your name pops up at the very top. And that matters. But if you don't answer the phone, what was it worth? What was it worth? It was, you're basically flushing money down the toilet, throwing it down the. Today is trash day in my city, right, Tiger? It's trash day, Wednesday. And if you don't answer your phone, I'm basically just throwing money right out the trash in the middle of the street, in the recycling. And it's for, so to me it's important, it's worth it. It's, I put it this way, I told myself a long time ago, I can't afford not to miss a phone call given the amount of money that I invest into Google Ads, which is about $75 a day. I invest into Google Ads, and that roughly comes out to about $1,000 to $1,200 to $1,300 a month. I'm not saying you have to throw that much money behind Google Ads, but I'm just saying, because I know that it's worth it for me to never miss a phone call, I invest in the automated response or automated answering service, Sabrina, so that when people Google or search for notaries and I show up first, that I'm not just throwing away money. I'm not wasting money because I'm not answering the phone. So just to recap, even with the signing services, even with the platforms that we just demonstrated, you invest like hours and days into signing up for these platforms, and then all of a sudden you don't follow through, which is with the phone call. When people actually reach out to you, you're nowhere to be found. You're busy. You tell them you call them back, or you don't answer at all.
That's right, bro. So let's do this, right? So I wanted to go into the Sabrina Choice Awards, and then this is our personal favorite. Like I said, the initial list, if you're just looking to get some leads, and you don't mind, waiting on the delayed checks and stuff like that, and you just say, look, more power to you. We're giving you those resources. You can apply to them. A lot of them are free, and you can start getting some business, get some money into your pocket. See that the notary business is real, and start seeing some money coming into your bank account. It'll change your life. But as far as our choice awards, These are our favorites. Of course, the golden award goes to Google Ads. Anytime you can get a client directly yourself, you are at the top of the food chain. I'm telling you. Like, especially if you can get the clients first, you can get so many clients, direct clients, that you can start farming them out to other notaries. You are a very powerful entity at this point. Companies like Thumbtack sell leads. Google Ads sells leads. But you close the deal, and now you're basically say, like, you're calling the notary and be like, look, the deal is already done. We're we will pay you 24 hours after the notarization is done. No 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. You got to call our main office to follow up on your check. None of that. The deal is already in the bag. People pay big money for that. So Google Ads is our number one, and then of course, free resource will be Google Profile. I put Notary Cafe again because that's one of my favorites to get. And then one that people sleep on, Bing Business. You know, Bing Business is the same as Google Profile. It doesn't generate as many uh, hot leads as Google Profile would, but it does generate leads. So you want to have a big enough funnel where you're getting a lot of phone calls coming in, and then you are closing as many deals as possible. You don't have to run every assignment. You can start farming those out. Tech, you want to add?
Yeah, Google Ads. Listen, you Google Ads and Google Profile are not the same thing. Let's just get that right off the top, right? People are confusing Google Ads with Google Business Profile. Those are not the same thing. The reason why you might not have heard people speak about Google Ads is because they don't use them. They can't intelligently tell you about Google Ads because Google Ads is not I'll be honest, it's not simple. It's not intuitive. It does require a learning curve. Google Business Profile is something that you fill out and you can update periodically. Those two are not the same thing. The gold standard is Google Ads. It's not SEO optimization. We have to be clear on this, guys, because we want to give you the real. We want to tell you what other notaries. This is the reason why you don't hear other notaries talk about Google Ads. We want to tell you what other notaries are not sharing with you. Google Ads is the preferred way for Google to boost your business. People will say that SEO optimization is just as good, and that don't even make sense. Google is a multi billion-dollar international company, not on accident. It's because they charge people to run advertising campaigns so that they can put their name at the very top of the search results. You think that they're going to reward you for doing something free? They have no interest in ranking your web page just because you put a bunch of backlinks and a bunch of blog articles on your website. I just want to be very clear on that. And I live in Silicon Valley, all right? So I know, not do I know this just from experience, but speaking directly to Google Ads specialists and operation representatives, because I've asked this question: how important is SEO? And SEO, which is what Google Business Profile is based upon, versus Google Ads, which is where I can buy my way to the top. And when you're a notary business, listen, I know you ain't got no money to be putting into Google Ads, but I just want to distinctly say Business Profile and Google Ads is not the same thing. If you could invest at least $5 a day to force your way up to the top, to kick down a door and go directly to the top, it's worth it. Is it worth it in your opinion to never miss a phone call so that you can spend $5 and then because you priced correctly and then you can get a return of over $100? You give in $5 and then you get back $100. Is that worth it? To me, it was a no-brainer. It's a difficult thing at first. It's not easy. There's a learning curve involved, but the gold standard is definitely Google Ads, and that's where. And I'm taking that to the grave. And the reason why you don't hear people talk about Google Ads because they don't do it. That's the reason why you hear everybody talk about Google Business Profile. They talk about the sign-in services. They talk about ground platforms. They talk about everything. Going direct to title companies. Going direct from a title company is not the same thing as going direct to a customer, to a client who's directly paying you. You speak directly to the buyer. Translate that to street terms, Tiger. You're going directly to the customer. I put it right in your hand, not some third party or middleman. I put it directly. I put the product directly in your hands. That's the gold standard. But with that said, we can't discount how important it is, despite whatever method you use, to answer the phone, to have a professional greeting, disqualify the customer, qualify the customer, close the lead. The notary business consists of three things: generate the lead, close the call, delegate the job. Or you can just go and execute the job yourself. It's up to you. But those three things, that's a notary business. It's three things. It ain't nothing else. It's three things: generate the lead, close the call, delegate the job. However you generate the lead is up to you. Whether you use Google Business, Google Ad, Notary Cafe, however you generate the lead is up to you. But that's the notary business. The second part is to close it, close the deal, close the call, secure the appointment. And then the third step is to delegate the job. Whether you go and execute it yourself or you farm it out, outsource it to another notary. That's a notary business. That's it. I know people have different opinions about what a notary business is. They talk about getting your LLC and talk about getting your notary supplies and registering with the NNA. That's not a notary business. Got a notary call coming in right now. Go ahead, take over. I'm going to make sure this.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, if you want more leads, you want more assignments, we've given you two options on how to do it. This one is where the other company farms out the leads. They actually acquire the leads, and you're basically the order taker. You're just gonna take the orders. They call you up. Hey, we have a lead for you. Boom. Good. No effort, right? No effort on your part. You don't have to do much. You just run, stamp, print, whatever you got to do, and keep it moving. Now, on this side of the table over here, this is where you actually get the leads directly to you. So the clients are usually calling you. You'll get a couple of law firms that'll reach out to you on some of these as well. But you can kind of call some more shots. You could call shots a little bit better on it. My son, yeah,
Yeah, my son too.
yeah. Oh, hold on. Take over real quick.
Yeah. Listen, at the end of the day, we're going to do a bonus episode where I'm going to sign up for these sign-in services. I'm going to walk you through, not the sign-in services, I mean these platforms. We're already almost at the top of the hour right now, but I want to sign up for Notary Cafe. I'm not currently on Notary Cafe or 123 Notary or any of these sign-in platforms, but we want to demonstrate what a correct profile will look like and what it is that we look for when we are looking for notaries. When we go into these platforms and when we searching for notaries to go out and execute jobs for us. So I'm going to do a walkthrough of how to sign up for Notary Cafe. And Notary Cafe is my number one choice as well. But I also like to just search on Google and see who pops up as well. And then again, it always comes down to who answers the phone. It always comes down to the Notary Cafe person that answers the phone or not. And matter of fact, there's a video where I think we might have time to show this video where there's only I contact, you won't believe this. I use Notary Cafe. You're talking about answering phone calls. I use Notary Cafe and there's 14 people who don't answer the phone. And then I finally takes me the 15 caller to actually get in contact with somebody. It's crazy. And at that point, I was just desperate. I was just going down the list at that point. So I'm gonna try to pull up this video real quick and then show you just how crazy it is how notaries are not answering the phone, and why. And this speaks directly to the benefit of having Sabrina. Why you're literally like just flushing business and flushing money down the toilet and throwing it out the window when you don't have a automated voice response system.
And Tech, while you're doing that, we'll just take a quick commercial break.
As a part-time traveling notary with a full-time job, balancing everything can be tough, especially when you're getting calls at all hours. That's where Sabrina AI comes in. Think of Sabrina as your personal assistant who answers every call, handles appointment bookings, provides quick answers to common questions, and filters out non-urgent inquiries. Sabrina works 24/7 so you never miss a client opportunity, even when you're tied up with your full-time job. With this system, you can keep things running smoothly without the stress of managing calls yourself, giving you more time to focus on your work, clients, and everything else life throws your way.
Scan the QR code for a free demo.
Okay, so let's see. I'm just trying to track down the video right now. And then the video, I think it's not that long. It's probably about 7 minutes or so. Let's see where we find this video. Yeah, this is the video. This is a this is a what you're looking at right now is this is the reel that was made from the video, but you can see there's 15 missed calls. But I want to show you the actual video where you can hear the voicemails. You can hear me go down the list one by one by one by one. But this is essentially, this is the screenshot from inside of Sabrina where obviously the phone calls were being made. And you can see how there was 8 straight missed voicemails. You can see that versus 8 straight calls. Then I took a break. I had lunch with my son. You can see because of the time, there's 12:57, and then there's like a 40-minute window right there. So I had, something came up. But I'm looking for a notary. I'm going down Notary Cafe. I'm looking for somebody to go out and execute a job. And I go 8 deep, can't find one. Then I go another 2 or 3, and then I finally find somebody. As you can see, based upon the timestamps, 135, 137, 138. Those are basically missed calls. All right. Maybe if we can edit the video and then put it in later on. But we're already at the top of the hour, and as you can see, my son's getting hungry again. So that's really it. But we ain't capping, man. This people don't be answering the phone, and that's absolutely proof of how how it ends up happening. Yeah, so we can close the show. We're already at the 5-minute mark to end. At the end of the day, you got options when it comes to generating leads. You can go the paid route, which is the gold standard. The $2, $3 that it costs to generate a lead versus the $100+ you'll get back is well worth the investment, in my opinion. And I think that there are people who would agree with that. So you have the paid option, but you also got the free route, which is what we were discussing earlier, signing up for the platforms and putting your name on the databases so that you can compete with other notaries. It is time consuming, but it is a ways for you to get free organic leads versus forcing your way to the top of people's search results. But despite any of those methods, none of it matters if you don't actually answer the phone. Sabrina AI is the choice for what we would recommend for somebody who needs and who's not just serious about running a notary business, but who wants to give the professional, the top shelf, gold standard experience to their clients. When you call a notary company and no one answers, the first thing a customer will do will go to the next client. But think about it. When you when you order pizza or you're trying to look for tires for your car and then nobody answers, what do? You move on to the next one. Don't be that company. There's a study that just released. It said that there was a hospital system that saw a 361% return because they started using automated voice responders. So that means a 1-second response generated an additional 361% of business for a company. Imagine what that can do for a notary company. Salesforce, they have the same statistic. 50% of businesses who answer first get the client. And 35 to 50% of business overall is conducted over the phone. I'm just breaking the data. This is not my opinion. I'm just bringing you guys the facts. Is it worth it to you to respond immediately, to have an automated response? Is it worth it to you? You want to invest in your business? Invest in what's going to give you the client, what's going to end up having the highest return on your investment. The numbers don't lie. You can just, think about your own personal life. What do you do if somebody doesn't answer the phone? Do you move on to the next option, or do you just wait until they call you back? Notary is serious. Notary is a money product. I don't know if you guys know that. Notary is a money product. You're selling a money product. All notary has to do with money. When they call, they need a response that moment. And if you're not giving it to them, they're going to go on to the next one. 50% of business who answers gets the client. 35 to 50% of the business is conducted over the phone. And then you don't even pay attention, or you don't invest in the number one method of conducting business, which is the phone. All right, guys. This is not for everybody, but for the people who are serious about their notary business, this is for you. You can go to heysabrina.ai and schedule a demo. You can also click the QR code. That's right. They crazy. They don't even understand how serious this is, how much business are losing. All right, you guys. That's it for me and Tiger from Chicago to California. You guys go out, make some money, and tune in every Wednesday to watch the Notary Insights Show. We hope you guys do well and make a lot of money. Take care.
As a business owner, you're juggling